Good morning, all. Today, the topic is personality and personality development. So, the perception and impression management already were completed. So, then now I am discussing about personality and personality development. This is very, very important in the individual behavior. So, the individual behavior is completely depending upon the personality and personality development. So, that means attitude and mm, human values and uh, personality. It's depend upon and how to behave, how to behave, behavior. So then personality is nothing but the aggregate conglomeration of memories and incidents in an individual's entire lifespan. Okay, so personality is nothing but the aggregate conglomerate. Okay, so this is in everybody's life. We are facing so many problems, and also we have a lot of experiences from different types of situations which are occurred in our life. From all these, we have to we have to uh, get different types of experiences and different types of issues are there in your life. Then from all these, you have getting some knowledge or skills or some awareness. You are getting all these things from your experiences. So then you have to, personality is nothing but aggregate conglomeration of memories. So conglomeration of memories means you have to combine all the memories. Conglomeration means you have to combine all of them into one. So a combine of memories, combination of memories and incidents in an individual's entire lifespan. What are the incidents in your life and what are the memories in your life? You have to combine of them, combine all of them. Then that is nothing but your personality, because these are showing impact on your personality. Okay, so then you are living in a positive environment, you are like you are behaving like that. You are living in a negative environment, you are behaving like that. Okay, suppose your journey, you are suppose some Naxalites and terrorists. So then they are living in that completely different environment. Then the environmental factors are showing impact on his personality. Okay, so there is no change in their minds. Okay, so because the mindset is like that, because the environment is like that, his experiences and memories are like that, he faces some difficulties in your life, in her in her life, then ultimately that shows impact on their personality. So environmental factors, family background, financial conditions, genetic factors, situations and circumstances also contribute to an individual's personality. So these are all the factors which are showing impact on individual's personality. What are that? Environmental factors, family background, financial conditions, genetical factors, situations and also circumstances which are faced by the person, individual. Okay, so these are also showing impact on the personality. So according to the layman's language, how we behave in our day-to-day lives reflects our personality. So the personality is completely depending upon behavior, how to behave in our day-to-day life activities. So then it denotes your personality. It reflects our personality. Okay, so how an individual behaves depends on his family background and upbringing, social status, and so on. So the behavior of the another person, individual, is depending upon his family background and also upbringing, social status. So what is the position in the society? It's depending upon all these things. Your behavior is like that. So depending upon these two things. So an individual with a troubled childhood would not open up easily. Suppose those who are having a troubled childhood. Suppose one person. Suppose you have to take an individual. that person is facing so many problems in her childhood, then he is not open up easily. Okay, so he said he don't said anything about his past, and also he is not a open-minded person. So he is narrow-minded person. So he is always uh, uh, feels. He always feels. So he is always in troubles. Okay, so because the past experience is like that. So loneliness and also some disturbances in your in her life, in his life, then ultimately this shows impact on entire life. Okay, so because the childhood is like that, so it shows a major impact on his psychology, his mindset. So he feels always individual. So he's not mingle with anyone. So he's living only individual. That means loneliness. Okay, so he likes some loneliness only. So he's not interact with any person. He is not talking with any other person. That means whenever is necessary, he talks. Otherwise, he talking with others. Otherwise, he don't talk with anybody. So he or she would always hesitate to open his art in front of others. So they didn't like to open his art in front of others. So some kind of fear would always be there with him, within him, because there is a fear. So how you, other people are reacting? Suppose uh, what I suppose if he talks anything, then how it is received by others. So always he is thinking like that. Okay, so then after this, an individual who never, one minute. So an individual who never had any major problems in life would be an extrovert and would never have issues interacting and socializing with others. Okay, so he is not facing any problems in your life, then ultimately he will be open, and also he is interacting with others, and also he is in mingle with the society. That means socializing with others. Okay, he maintains good relations with the society and also people. Then he is expressive and he is discussing everything with the others. So you really cannot blame an individual for not being an extrovert. Okay, so you really cannot blame. So though suppose all the persons are not extroverts. Okay, so some of them are only extroverts. So people does not have suppose they are not extrovert. You didn't uh, discourage, or you didn't comment on that person attitude. Okay, because all the persons are not in a same characters, not having a same characters. Okay, so some of them are having uh, this type of mindset, and somebody is having different types of mindsets. So extroverts means they are not putting anything in your on their heart or mind. So they are more expressive. Always they are trying to express their views and opinions publicly. Is they are more talkative. Okay, so he is not put anything in mind. That means he is not hide anything. Okay, so he is disclose everything. So always talkative. So this is one type of mindset. Otherwise, suppose they are not do like this, they are not extrovert. So you didn't blame anyone. Okay, so all are don't like that. Okay, so some are extroverts and some are different. Okay, so you like both of them. You don't discourage anyone. Okay, so because somebody is like that and somebody is like this. Okay, so this is not a any problem with them. Okay, so it is essential to check his or her background or past life. So you have to judge anyone, then first you have to check her background, his or her background or past life. Okay, so it is quite possible that as a child he was not allowed to go out of his home, play and freak out with friends. Okay, so he is not allowed to go out of his home because suppose in her childhood or in his childhood, so their parents are not allowed the child to went outside. He always keep in home. Okay, so and also play and freak out with friends. Okay, so he's not playing with friends or talk with any friends. So he don't have any friends, and also he's not play with any friends, and he's not he's not allowed to go out to the home. So these are the things which are influenced the psychology and behavior of the person. Okay, so after that also, after he is grow up, then he is maintain the same things, because the impact, okay, the impact of the childhood is shows effect on after he is getting uh, after his grow up also. Okay, so suppose he is bigger, then also he is behaves like that. So the childhood impact is very important in everybody's life. That's why the childhood is very important phase for every children or every human. Okay, so these individuals start believing that their home is their only world and they are not safe outside. So how they are feeling, only the home is the only safest place, the remaining places are not safe. So this thing will be registered in their minds, they're strongly believing this. Okay, so at home they are only feel safety. So he comes any place, or he went any, suppose he went to outside, then he is insecure. So I am not in a safe place, so because it is not my house, so there is a insecurity. So then he feels like that. So that's why he is not go to anywhere. So he always in home, stay at home. Okay, so such a mindset soon becomes their personality. So this type of mindset will becomes his personality. Okay, so personality also influences what we think, our beliefs, values and expectations. What we think about others depends on our personality. Okay, so personality also influences what we think. So what you have to think, that is also influenced by that is also influenced to your personality, your belief, our beliefs, values and expectations. What you believe and what type of values you have to follow, and what type of expectations you have. So these are all shows impact on your personality. What we think about others depends on our personality. So your perception is also completely depend upon your personality. Okay, so depending upon your personality, you have to see the person in a different way. Suppose according to my personality, I am seeing that person, my opinion is one type. And suppose another person, he is having some different personality. Suppose he is seeing the same person, so uh, in his perception, then the people, suppose the individual is in a different view, so my view is different and his view is different. So depending upon my personality, the perception is also different, and the imagination about, suppose the expectations about the other person is also different. Okay, so then so personality is a sum of characteristics of an individual which makes him different from others. So it is our personality which makes us unique and helps us uh, stand apart from the world. Okay, so your personality is also is differentiated. Suppose you are having a good personality, and you will be treated as a good human being. And also you are suppose some extinct personality, suppose some different characteristics in your personality, then you will be treated as a good person in the society. And also you are getting recognition through your personality only. Okay, suppose the greatest people in the world, because of their personality only, they will be treated as a greatest people in the society and country or the world. Okay, so it is our personality which makes us unique and helps us stand apart from the crowd. So you are differentiated from the group of the people with your character only. Suppose that your personality only. Suppose you have the unique personality, then you will be treated as a different from out of the remaining people. That means out of the crowd. Okay, so that means your personality brings uh, identity. Okay, so your personality brings identity. Okay, then determinants of personality. So what are the determinants of the personality? So how you decide the personality of the human being? So depending upon what things you have to decide the personality of the human being or individual. So heredity. So heredity refers to factors that are determined once an individual is born. Suppose heredity means varasatvam. Okay. So here heredity refers to factors that are determined once an individual is born. Suppose he is born in some family, there is a hereditary. So an individual's physique attractiveness, body type, complexion, body weight depends on his or her parents' biological makeup. Okay, so we are getting all the things. Suppose body and also mindset and also the things. All they are coming from your parents, the biological makeup. Okay, so body weight and complexion, color complexion and body type and attractiveness and physique, all these are came from your parents. Okay, so this is the biological makeup. So the personality is also depends upon your heredity, that means your from your parents. Then environment. So environment is another determinant. So the environment to which an individual is subjected to during his growing years plays an important role in determining his or her personality. Okay, so the environment to which an individual is subjected to during his growing years. So suppose what day to day is grow up, and also it is the environment which he is living, or which or he or she living, then it plays an important role in determining his or her personality. So in what type of environment he is living, he is grown up, then that is also showing impact on his or her personality. So the varied cultures in which we are brought up and our family backgrounds have a crucial role in shaping our personality. Okay, so the culture where you are living, and also what type of culture you have to follow, what is the family background, and also uh, what type of environment you have to grow up. Then these are playing a crucial role in shaping of human beings, individuals' personality. Then next one is situation. So third one is situation. So an individual's personality also changes with current circumstances and situations. At present, what situation you have, what situations you have to face. At present, what position you have, at what position you have to there. This is also shows impact on your personality. So an individual would behave in a different way when he has enough savings with him, and his behavior would automatically change when he is bankrupt. Okay, suppose if he has some bank balance, some surplus amount or savings, uh, then he feels very secure, and he is in a very comfortable. So there is no worry about the financial things. Then otherwise, he has a bankrupt, that was he is alone in the bank. So then automatically his mindset is changed. So depending upon the situation, the mindset and personality is different from situation to situation. Suppose you have a savings, good savings, then you are you don't feel any tension. So you have to ready to face anything. Then there is no issue. Otherwise, you have some bankrupt, that means you have a bank loan. Then automatically your personality, suppose your feelings are different, then your personality is also affected by these issues. Okay, so this is the situation. Then next one, what is personality development? Okay, so now we are discussing about what is the personality development. That is the important thing. So how you develop your personality. So and also you have to develop, and also you have to develop others, other people's also. That is important role of the manager. So first you have to grown up, and you have to develop yourself. After that you have to train them, remaining people also, your subordinates, how to grow up and how to develop their career. So that means how to improve their career and all these things. So what is personality development? Okay, so what is the meaning of personality development? So personality development is defined as a process of developing and enhancing one's personality. Okay, so personality development is defined as a process of developing and enhancing one's personality. It develops the personality of the person. That means in all aspects he will be trained, and also he will be enhancing their personality with the personality development. Okay, so personality development helps an individual to gain confidence and high self-esteem. So first it creates, you have to believe yourself, you have to trust upon you, and also you have some confidence, gaining some confidence. This is only done by personality development. Okay, this is only possible by personality development. And also Personality development is said to have a positive impact on one's communication skills and the way he sees the world. Okay, so personality development is also said to have a positive impact. Okay, it creates a it helps to create a positive impact on one's communication skills. So, and the way he see the world. Okay, so how he sees the world. So, and also positive impact on one's communication skills. Okay, so how you talk with others. So this is also uh, concentrated in the personality development. So this is also developed through personality development. So individuals tend to develop a positive attitude as a result of personality development. Suppose you have to develop a positive attitude in an individual, then there is only the thing is personality development. Then various physiological and psychological stages occur in the development of the human personality. Some of the psychology things also, and some are depending upon the uh, physiological. That means depending upon the physical things. Then you have to consider both of the things, psychological things and both the physiological things. Then there are a number of well-known stage theories of personality development. There are so many theories are there, but some of the theories are only we have to discuss. Uh, what are these theories provided by Sigmund Freud, Erikson, Hall, and Argyris are relevant to understand organizational behavior. So these are the theories which are closely related to the organizational behavior. So these people are having a good contribution in that particular area. Then theories are Sigmund Freud and Erikson and Hall and Argyris. Okay, so these are all best theories to understand organization behavior. Then, according to the Freud's 5 stages of psychosexual development. So this is one theory in the psychological development. So personality development. That is the first theory is Sigmund Freud. The name of the theory is stages of psychosexual development. So this theory is only focusing on the sexual stages in human being. So they are changing from childhood to younger, suppose some young teenage. Then there are so many changes up to death. There are so many changes in our life. So it is depending upon physio sexual development theory. So it shows impact on that. Then that lead to the development of the adult personality. So this is this theory how to develop the adult mm, his personality. So it's depending upon these things. So his theory described how personality developed over the course of childhood. Okay. So what is the main thing is his theory described how personality developed over the course of childhood. Okay. So how you have to develop the personality at childhood. So then this theory is mainly focusing on from childhood stage to up to old age. So Freud proposed that personality development in childhood takes place during 5 psychosexual stages. So according to the Freud theory, there are 5 psychological stages in everybody's life, in every human life. So which are the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital stages? What are the stages? These are the stages. So under these stages, oral and anal and phallic and latent and genital stages. So okay, so these are the 5 stages are there. During each stage, sexual energy, libido is expressed in different ways. So everybody is having some sexual energy with everyone. So that is treated as a libido. So is expressed in different ways and through different parts of the body. So this is different from I have to express this one is in a different ways and also through different parts of the body. Okay, so this is a Freud proposed theory. Uh, Freud said like this. So then, according to Freud, so these are the stages of the Freud's psychosexual stages. So there are 4 stages are there. Sorry, 5 stages are there. One is oral stage, that is birth to 1 year, that is Erogenous zone, mouth. So what type of organ they are using? Mouth, control on the mouth. Then anal stage, 1 to 3 years. Erogenous zone, bowel and bladder control. They are getting bowel and bladder control. So they stop their urine and also something. So, but it in 1 year, they are unable to stop that. So at this stage, they are trying to control bladder. Then next third stage is public phallic stage, 3 to 6 years. That is erogenous zone. That is also called as genitals. So this stage is also very, very important. So then after that, latent stage 6 to puberty, libido inactive. So that means you are becoming older. Older people. So then latent stage, that is 6 to puberty, libido inactive. Then genital stage, puberty to death, maturing sexual interest. So from puberty to death, then maturing sexual interest, that is called as genital stage. So that means this is theory based on purely sexual development of the person. So based on the sex, so they are dividing into the grouping, suppose categorized into different categories. Okay, so that is oral stage, anal stage, phallic stage, and the latent stage, and genital stage. And now we are discussing about each and every one. So very briefly, so the oral stage, that is birth to 1 year, that is called as oral stage. So in this oral stage, during the oral stage, the infant's primary source of interaction occurs through the mouth. So everything is done through mouth. Okay. Okay. So through the mouth. So the rooting and sucking reflex is especially important because they are drinking the milk. They are sucked through the from the mouth. So they are trying to everything put in their mouths. So the mouth is vital for eating. So and the infant derives pleasure from oral stimulation through gratifying activities such as fast tasting and sucking. So they are very much satisfied with the tasting and sucking. So through uh, oral, so then they feel satisfied. Okay, so the infants derives pleasure from oral stimulation. Okay, so so uh, infants are very much interest about everything put there into uh, mouth. Okay, so suppose the mouth is vital for eating. So with the mouth we are eating, through the mouth only we are eating, and the infant derives pleasure from oral stimulation through gratifying activities such as tasting and sucking. These are also helpful. Then next one, because the infant is entirely dependent upon caretakers, the child also develops a sense of trust and comfort through this oral stimulation. Suppose you put a caretaker for your children, then they are also doing like this. Then next one, so the primary conflict at this stage is the weaning process, that child must become less dependent upon the caretakers. So in this stage, they are completely they are not completely depending upon the caretakers. So slowly becomes their individuality. So if fixation occurs at this stage, Freud believed the individual would have issues with dependency or aggression. So oral fixation can result in problems with drinking, eating, smoking, or nail biting. So oral fixation only can result in problems with drinking, eating, smoking, or nail biting. So these are all all these purposes. This is useful. So that is about oral stage. And next one is the anal stage. So anal stage is 1 to 3 years. So anal stage is 1 to 3 years. So then during the anal stage, Freud believed that the primary focus on the libido was on controlling bladder and bowel movements. Okay, so in this stage, Freud believed that the primary focus on the libido was on controlling bladder. So our vitality, or suppose we are having some power and energy. So through this, you have to controlling bladder and bowel movements. So you have to control both of them, bowel movements and also bladder. So the major conflict at this stage is so the major conflict is at this stage is toilet training. So the child has to learn to control their bodily needs. Developing this control leads to a sense of accomplishment and independence. Okay. So parents, suppose you have to train the child to how to go for toilet and how to use the toilet. So parents who utilize praise and rewards for using the toilet at the appropriate time, encouraging positive outcomes and help children feel capable and productive. Suppose they are not interesting to go toilets, they are not using the toilets, then you have to create interest. Then you are giving some rewards, okay, to children. Then ultimately they are trying to eat. They are trying to use the toilets out in a proper manner. Okay. Then, however, not all parents provide the support and encouragement that children need during this stage. Some parents punish, ridiculous, or shame a child for accidents. Okay, so some of the parents are not providing, all the parents are not providing the support and encouragement that children. So this is very problematic. So needed during this stage, some parents punish. So in this stage, some parents are punished and some parents are good. So, and some parents are ridiculous and some of them are a shame a child for accidents. Okay, so these are the reasons are not suitable. So then you have to create a positive environment surrounded by you. So this helps good environment to develop good environment in the organization also, and also there is a psychological development also. Okay. Then, according to Freud, inappropriate parental responses can result in negative outcomes. Suppose the parents are not answering the questions of the children in an effective manner, then automatically it leads to a negative outcomes. If parents take an approach that is too lenient, so Freud suggested that an anal expulsive personality could develop in which the individual has a messy, wasteful, or destructive personality. Okay, so those are having this type of personality, this anal expulsive personality is very useful for them. Then, if parents are too strict or being toilet training too early, okay, so if parents are too strict, beginning toilet training too early, that means they are continuously warning, giving warning. So you go for toilet for urinals. Then Freud, they are very strict on this, and ultimately the children is also doing like this. So Freud believed that an anal in retentive personality develops, in which the individual is stringent, orderly, rigid, and obsessive. So uh, anal renative personality develops in which the individual is stringent, orderly, rigid, and obsessive. Because you have to do all these things. Then this is about anal stage. So we have some three remaining, all three are there. Okay. So I'm discussing in these remaining things at suppose in tomorrow's class. So, right.